Aloha all, and welcome back to Let's Play Paper Mario for the N64. I'm Paper Mario Guy, and in the last episode, we left KoopaNinjaBros Fortress and made headway back to Toad Town with a Star Spirit in hand and some powerful, new allies. So, as you walk to the port/station where we need to go for our new area, you're gonna get pulled in by this little, I want to say he's like a Resdor type person, although I'm not 100% sure on that. But it's the guy Ralph and his son, who have started up a badge thing. And luckily for us, Speedy Spin, one of the most useful badges, in my opinion, in the entire game, is sitting here waiting for us, just waiting to be bought. And we're going to buy it immediately. And that's really the only badge that you really need to worry about buying right now. I mean, you don't have to, but I love Speedy Spin, and I find it to be incredibly useful. And I'm actually going to take off Power Jump in place of Speedy Spin for now. Because Speedy Spin is awesome. You go so much quicker, and it just speeds up, basically the entire game by a little bit, which is perfect for an LP, so now I can move around. Now, if you were to come over here, all this wood and boxes and stuff would have been blocking your way, so you actually couldn't have made it over here. But this is the new area of Toad Town, and if you go north, you could go back to Peach's Castle, but you could go to the east, which is Forever Forest, the west, which is the port, or the Toad Town Station, which is to the south. And the Toad Town Station is where we particularly need to go. But first, I'm going to go down into the Toad Town tunnels and kind of see what's going on down here. Actually, wait a second. I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and the reason why I left is because I wanted to heal up and, get some more of my HP and FP back, because we're going to be getting into a little bit of a scuffle, I don't even know what that word is, but smash this block and we can come through here, and we're going to actually have, our first encounters with Gloombas and stuff like that, but we're going to skip right past them for now. And our main focus is this guy right here, Blooper! So this little Blooper guy is going to come out, and he wants to start stuff with us, and, we'll bite, we don't care. And, so we're going to actually switch, to Goombario first, because I don't think Bombette can actually, attack Blooper. But I want to say that Blooper has about 20 HP to him, and he's kind of annoying, but he's easy to deal with, and he doesn't do too much damage, and you should be able to beat him. And this is one of the optional bosses that you can actually, you don't actually have to do this, I do not believe. I think it's one of those situations where it's really difficult and not really worth it to go out of your way not to fight this boss, but I think you can. But we're just gonna keep on laying into him with Goombario and Mario, and unfortunately I don't seem to be very good with Goombario's action commands right now, so I gotta get a little bit better with that, but no big deal. We're just gonna keep on going, and apparently I'm not too good with Mario's either. Or maybe it's just I'm not allowed to do good with either of them. But the main methods of attack are, the ink and the little dive attack. And neither of them are really all that hard. And with the combined attacks from you and Goombario, or you and whoever your partner is at this time, should go down without really that much of a problem. Just hit your action commands correctly, and, you might get a little bit close, but, I mean, I have healing items and, the such, so, I mean, if we really need to, we can always heal right up, but Blooper should be going down pretty soon, and, thankfully, we will be getting a level up from, Blooper, so we're gonna attack with Goombario first, just to see if he'll die off of that, and no, so, unfortunately, I am going to have to use a mushroom, but mushrooms are few and far between. You can find these things everywhere, so it's not a big deal, and it's better than dying. I certainly don't want to get a game over this early in the LP, especially because this is not a hard fight. But it is taking a decent amount of time. It's because I took off Power Jump, I think. Normally, I would probably have him, a little bit, I would have had him defeated a little bit quicker than I do right now, but it's still good. And at the same time, we get to clear out our inventory of all these pesky little mushrooms and get some coins back on them. So really, it's kind of a win-win situation. And at the end of this fight, we'll get a level up. So really, totally worth it to come down here and fight the Blooper. So, man, I think he has a lot more HP than I actually thought he did, and I could always check by, you know, tattling on him, but I'd rather just, yep, there we go. I'd rather just keep on laying into him and attacking him. And with 21 star points, we actually get a level up, and you may be wondering what I'm going to do, and I'm actually going to go BP again. And I know someone in the comments in one of the first few episodes actually made a comment about, you know, being pretty even with your level ups because it winds up evening out at the end. Well, I do know that. I like to spam HP, I like to spam, what am I trying to say? Oh, BP. I love spamming BP, to start off with because I just find BP to be infinitely more useful towards the beginning of the game, and it's nice to have a maxed out BP when you start getting, you know, some of the bigger and better badges that are, you know, that you'll find later in the game. So that's my personal opinion on, you know, the level ups, and that's generally how things are going to go. I doubt we'll have an FP level up until probably at the end of Chapter 2, honestly, just because of the way that I play the game. And, I don't know, I feel like it's a pretty effective way, and you'll see what we mean when we get into Shy Guy's toy box, because there's a few, well, I'm not meaning to spoil things, but there's an area with Shy Guys later on called Shy Guy's Toy Box, and when you get into there, there's a few badges that are incredibly useful that you're gonna want to have the BP to have. But I mean, I don't feel like I spoiled too much. I mean, if you've ever seen a preview of Paper Mario, or, you know, a video from it, you should know that there's Shy Guys in this game. But that's all I'll talk about for the rest of the, you know, the game as far as, those particular things are concerned. Obviously, if you see two blocks with, you know, spaces in between, jump in the middle, and you're more than likely going to find, you know, an item, you know, whether it be an HP item or, you know, something else. And we can't get through there just yet. We have to wait until the end of Chapter 2 to be able to get through there. So really, there's not much left for us to kind of show. I could go around, you know, introducing some of the buildings and what they are, but I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to come over here and talk to this guy.
Well, hello there. My name is Bulbulb. I came from flower fields, the wonderful land of flowers. I'd love to spread the wondrous flowers of flower fields all over your land. You like flowers, don't you? Of course you do. Who doesn't? For that reason, I'll entrust this in your care.
And you get a magical seed. And you may be wondering, you know, what is the magical seed for now? But that's not going to be discovered for quite a long time. And while we're kind of in the interlude and we can kind of just mess around, go over here and smack this tree. And it actually opens up a pipe to this area that is called the Playroom. And we cannot access the Playroom right now. We need to do a side quest to get here. But I just kind of wanted to show it off now, kind of get it introduced, and make sure everybody's acquainted with it, because it's useful, and we will be revisiting it later. And now we come over here, and we actually are in the port station. But if you know... I didn't mean to talk to you guys, but if you notice, there's this giant rock in the way, and before we do anything, we might as well just break this block, because how are we going to possibly get past, you know, if we don't? So, now that that block is kind of, you know, eradicated, we do have a little bit more time, and when we take this train ride, we will be entering into the new chapter, so I don't want to start that immediately, so I guess I can show off a few of the other features right now. So, come over to this thing, and this guy is going to try to tell you about Little Oinks, but I'm just gonna say no. Basically, what this thing is you walk underneath here, and when you jump, you're gonna spend 10 coins, right? And this little dispenser thing is going to shoot out a orb of sorts, And when you see the orb, you can't tell exactly what's going to come out of it, but hop up and hit it with your hammer, and it transforms into a pig, or a little oink. And depending on the type of little oink that you actually unveiled, depends on the type of item that it's actually going to drop. And certain, little oinks drop certain things, and, you can honestly get some really great items really early in the game using the little oink system. You can get jam and jellies and ultra shooms, which, restore 50 FP and HP respectively. Some really, devastating items that, are good for attacking, and just a plethora of other items that, you could really benefit from, although you will have to spend quite a few coins. But coming over here, we can't really do anything with this port area just yet, but actually there is one thing that we can do. You walk over here, and you... Oh, wait, no, I don't... Yeah, I can, alright. So you walk over here, and you jump, and you can actually get some coins. Not that that's a big deal, and, it doesn't really do anything, but that's just about the only thing that you can do in this area just yet. But I'm just kind of, giving an introduction to all these places. This is Club 64, where Chantarella, or Chantrella, is the pop diva, and she sings and all that, and, she's trying to talk about some stuff. And this guy is the master poet, and, basically, we're gonna have a side quest with them later to get a badge, and, it's pretty cool, and I like Club 64. It has a nice little remix, it's a nice little theme going on. And then, of course, just to wrap up this little introduction, because I'm getting tired of, doing this, this is the, middle area, and, there is a building of miscellaneous use that we're not going to go into, right now. This building is empty, and you can't do anything, but it will have great importance later. And then this is another shop. And that just about wraps up all I can think of, to kind of show off Toad Town and exactly what we can do. And, now later on when we visit this area, it won't be so much introduction and explaining things, but more so just, kind of getting progress done and, progressing through the story. So in the next episode, we will begin Chapter 2 of this fantastic game by taking the K64, the train, and going over to Dry Desert. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next episode when we start Chapter 2. See you guys then.